Bones are amazing things. They hold us up, they support us, they make us strong. But bones have other uses. In the past, bones were thrown by diviners, seeking out the mysteries of the future. Now the bones are cubes, made of plastic or resin, but they still reveal things to us. As they fall from our fingers and rattle across the table, the story becomes clear. Welcome to Bone Throwers Theater, an RPG actual play podcast.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Bone Throwers Theater. My name is Jordan, and I am the GM for Elements of War.
My name is Aaron, and I play Sam.
This is Jody. I play Chime.
This is Jeff, and I play Jerr.
This is Jeremy, and I play Professor X. I mean, Julian Illix.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed the end of season 1 of the show. We had a lot of twists and turns and unexpected events this episode, and it was really quite climactic in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Opened up some questions.
Yeah. Answered some things, too.
Brought up major concerns.
Oh,
Like,
really?
we all killed a 7-year-old?
Well, that and
Julian's not concerned.
and the fact that there were multiple elementals in one person.
That's what we...
That's not supposed to happen.
We knew part of it could happen.
No, we knew that it could.
Because, yes,
Well-
it is not the natural order of things.
Who said
According to
anything about
Julian, any
elementals?
bonded elemental is not the natural order of things.
I can agree with that.
So, other concerns that you might have had, Jeff?
Also, with
That's
with
it.
Sam playing puppets with a dead guy,
You
an
know,
almost dead guy.
I actually like that because it gave...
showed the lighter side of Shade.
Which, yes,
Yes.
showed a little bit of that Sam and Shade are not all dark and sinister.
Correct.
They're willing to just have some fun.
Well,
I mean, yeah, it was a dead body.
Some morbid fun.
It was very morbid.
yeah.
But not like sinister.
Not like ganking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pictured it a lot of the things that Shade and Sam were doing in this episode, things that Deadpool would do.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Huh.
Yeah,
Yes.
Walking
it was
around
very-
without
very
it.
Deadpool.
And it also showed how turned off Julian is. Because he didn't react to it
Oh, right.
at all. His response was like, should we be surprised?
Yeah. I mean, this is Sam we're talking about. This is what they do.
Right. Right.
But we honestly, as characters, don't really know the depth of how sadistic Sam is, because Sam has only ever done the really sadistic, dark things out of our sight.
There was one comment at one point Sam made to Chime that was really dark.
Yeah.
Sam has made comments to Julian, too,
Okay.
at the beginning. And, well, remember their first interaction was Julian with Shade with some
Pretty
dark stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Julian has always known that.
It's more of a group of convenience more than anything else. Not necessarily deep friendships.
Yes,
No,
absolutely.
Like, I could probably see Julian and Chime and Jerr getting along pretty well. Sam is a bit of the wild card.
At the beginning of the season, Julian and Jerr...
They butted heads quite a bit. Yes.
No, Julian and
Yes.
Jerr could have gotten along.
It
Honestly,
was like a professional coexistence sort of deal going on.
honestly, where season 1 has taken Julian,
He's not a friend anymore.
no, he's not.
Yeah.
He's his own friend. And that one cop's friend
That one cop.
that he brought the bagels to.
But is he?
That's a good question.
Because
That's a
you know,
tool.
if you notice,
The
he's
cop's a
doing
tool,
that
that's
to
it.
get something from
Yeah.
the cop.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, but the cop likes him a lot better now because he brought that
Because-
cinnamon.
because he's bringing stuff to him. So yeah, Julian has gone way off.
Julian's asking, like, outside of the game, you're passing me questions that are pretty dark questions.
Yes. And these are all questions that Julian would have raised from some of the information that he's getting.
Yeah.
I still think it's kind of cool to as the story, we're playing the story, a little bit more and more information about what Julian is actually doing is coming out. Like, we had certain hints that got dropped last session, and this session you find out it's like, oh, he's getting certain locations from the police, and he's been visiting abandoned buildings on his own.
Yeah.
And he's not taking the drugs that he's getting.
Yeah.
What is he doing with the drugs?
I think that's going to have to be a question that we address pretty early on in the next season.
That might be a good reveal kickoff
Yeah, it might be.
for the season, and we can
Send me an email about
we can
that.
talk about that.
Yeah, send me an email about that.
Which, honestly, some of what he's been doing actually was showed in that last park scene.
I think the way that the park scene ended was emotionally really cool. Like, it had a really good emotional resonance to it for the end of the season. Because Abel has been there since session 1 of this campaign. He's been a major part of the story.
Yeah, he was the missing person in the fire.
Yeah.
Gaspar's son.
And so to have him go from him being a missing kid to, oh no, he was actually helping, to, well, maybe he can be redeemed, to, oh no, he's a dirty little MFer, to like full on
Psychotic.
magma boss battle. How did you like the magma, by the way?
I liked it. I
was
liked
so
how it was
confused by
unexpected. Because
Literally.
Because we sort of got an idea that he was maybe bonded to more than one earth elemental. But when you said the magma, I was like, oh crap, is he bonded to
So that's the question.
fire now too? And then at the end of the description, you said the water elemental and the air. He was bonded with all of them.
Which could be contributing to the fact that he's nuts.
Well, yeah.
But he kind of just started to display some off-kilter characteristics when he was still bonded with just the one.
But not like, oh, you didn't teach me, now it's time for me to melt your face. I mean, there was tension in the earlier interaction between Sam and Abel, but it wasn't like...
His off-coloredness earlier on was more of a kid not getting his way and
Right.
Yes.
being discontented with the world around him because, meh.
Yeah.
But another question it raises is, where did he get those other elementals from?
And how
Like,
was
my
he bonded to them?
My first thought when you said the fire, I was like, did Choler's elemental bond with...
Oh,
Yeah,
with
that's
Abel.
what I was thinking.
ooh, it's
Like, did
elemental.
it leave
That would
Choler?
mean Choler's dead.
But then you started saying there were all the elementals. It's like, maybe it's just some random elementals now.
He's just killing people and taking an element.
Or there were also the
He's
the
the
wild
siler
elemental.
of...
But the unbonded elementals, is it possible to pick up an unbonded elemental
Well, it's possible.
and force bond them, or to...
That's even what brings up a scarier thought. Would a 7-year-old
Yeah, that's
be
the
able
thing.
to force an elemental to bond with him?
Well, we know that elementals.
I thought it would be
Yeah.
the other way around.
Right.
The elementals would forcibly bond with a human. Well, okay, it has been done in a lab before.
Yeah.
Where humans can forcibly bond an elemental. That's how I guess this whole thing started.
Yeah. And we know that elementals can retain their memories as they go from person to person. So maybe the Earth elemental that he originally had had that knowledge of how to forcibly bond.
Yeah. Or Gaspar's Earth Elemental.
Yeah.
It would make sense that Gaspar's Earth Elemental was in him.
Yeah. Like the second
He-
Earth
he
that
took
they
it.
had.
Yeah, well, we assume we don't actually know, but we know that Abel went back into
See him.
Gaspar, and then next time we see Gaspar, his elemental had been stolen from him. Yeah, we assume it. We don't actually 100% know it, but that's the conclusion everybody goes to.
Yeah.
So
I really loved the water column, like picking him up and holding him up in the air.
Well, that was the only thing I could think of to keep him away from the
Earth.
the Earth.
You ever read any
His elemental
David Drake books?
source.
He does military science fiction and fantasy.
So he did another one that it was a fantasy book where there was this fight between this big tough kid with a bow staff and like this demon thing, and the whole thing was that the demon gained its strength when it was touching the ground, and so the kid just like picks up the demon and like holds him up above the earth to defeat him.
That's the myth of Hercules.
Yeah, that's what
Yes.
how Hercules.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was picturing when you were talking about
that was what I was going for. Was
Yes.
that sort of
Yeah, it was the myth of Hercules picking up the Earth Giant to keep him out of the reach of his mother.
Yeah.
Because as long as he was holding on the ground, he was strong. Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't be defeated.
It was a really cool analogy and very creative thought on your mind. And that's something we discussed, was that every single battle that we've had, and we've only had 3 or 4 so far.
I think this is the first. When I raised my hand, it's like, does this mean we get to roll initiative? Have we rolled initiative?
I have.
Yes.
Yeah, we have.
Yes.
In the sewers.
I rolled
yeah.
initiative 3 times.
Because you've been in all.
'cause
You
I
have been
was
present for all 3 fights.
I have.
The fight in the hospital.
The fight in the hospital with the 3 goons,
Is Jerr
where
Lan
we
really
Jackie
the bad
Chan
guy?
the chair all over the place.
The sewer.
The sewer with,
And now the
with
park.
Choler, and now the park.
The park, and also in Qataris.
You didn't roll initiative there.
We didn't roll.
Oh, we didn't?
No.
No.
Because it was just the 2 of them.
Yeah, and
Just the 2 of us.
it was more Sam unloaded a clip into the closet and the guy jumped out the window.
And did his
And
Iron
flew.
Man promotion.
And yeah.
Again, he flew.
He flew.
Flame up.
So let's go ahead and talk about points and advancement and everything like that. You got 10 from me.
It's the season ending. I know. I was
Expecting wolf.
I'm going to be a little stingy today.
All right, so character advancement.
Character advancement.
I would say,
I thought I saw a lot of advancement from Jerr, actually.
yeah, I was going to say, I was going around the table. First thought was Jerr. Second thought was Sam. And then, unfortunately, not Chime.
Time did nothing. Like,
What I like, we already touched on it. You got to see a lighter side of Sam.
yeah.
But that was just a brief.
That was a good role-playing moment.
Yeah. That was a good brief moment. You got to see a lot of showcase of powers
Yes.
Yes.
from Jerr and Julian.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We've always seen Sam's powers
Yeah.
Yeah.
a little sprinkled throughout, but not so much of Jerr's or Julian's. But today,
Jerr
as far
was-
as
Jerr was
powers,
all over the place with his powers today.
Yeah.
Jerr and Julian. were
Today
all
was the
over
first
with
time I
powers.
was able to really pull out my heal others thing.
Yeah.
Between the heal others, I'm going to pick up the lake and dump it on this thing.
No, I'm gonna put the leg back.
Yeah.
Including Julian's sweat.
Oh, that's just got to be a cool visual.
And again, yes, you can just see you pouring sweat, then the sweat, as it hits your chin, it just lifts off of your face.
Well, no, you have to picture it this way. First, you see the water rising up out of the lake into the magma. Right?
Big ol' hiss of steam.
Steaming up and hissing. And then you see the steam gathering up
and going
and
back.
going back to the lake. And and every bit of water in the air, including the sweat on your skin, being pulled towards that lake.
That's like something in a trailer that you would see.
Yes.
Yes.
With a character bent over on the ground, just screaming and sweat just flying off of their face.
Have you watched Avatar: The Last Airbender?
The movie or
The cartoon.
Okay.
The movie was trash.
There's no movie.
You mean the display of
That's
visual
what-
effects?
The movie's not
Yeah.
called Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's just called Last Airbender.
Yeah.
So anyway, Avatar: The Last Airbender and Avatar: Legend of Korra. In a lot of ways, I think Earth, Air, Fire, and Water, as presented there, are the closest visuals that you're going to get to the way that the elementals were displayed today.
Yeah.
With some creepy,
Earth and fire and water bending.
trees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the stuff that those characters can do with their respective elements is...
I have had over 200 years to perfect.
Right, I know. But I would love to see you put water under high pressure and use it to cut through stuff and everything like that.
Wave!
Turning it into a water drill or something like that. But anyway, we were talking about best role playing.
No, character.
Yeah.
I'm going with Jerr, not just because of the displays of power, but also because of the getting to the Healing Hands hideout and starting off with, all right, I'm digging into this, and goes searching through not just what they have, but also then cross-referencing it with all of his experience and trying to figure out what other details. He's starting to own the mission.
Yeah.
I accept the mission.
I'll vote for Jerr.
Yeah, my vote would be for Jerr too.
Also, for Jerry was another point of revealing his knowledge of what had happened in the past with Healing Hands. Like when he was like, "How come you guys are doing so poorly? Why don't you have someone in the hospital actually earning money?
Yeah.
Why don't you have people implanted other places that you can actually do things?"
I thought that was an interesting thing, and I like how, as off as Julian has been, I really thought it odd, as a player even, that Katari was like, "What are we going to do? We're waiting for orders from this." It's like, you're waiting for orders from a person from prison who's not even in the city.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get really rigid about power structure, though.
Yeah,
But I think that was one of the biggest surprises to Sam. The fact that Sam had this idea that Healing Hands was really doing something, and then to find out that Healing Hands is practically falling apart, and they're not the powerful secret organization that Sam thought they were.
Well, they're not the powerful secret organization that he was led to believe.
Correct.
That she was led to
That I was read. They was.
They were.
It's more. It's less the rebellion that you see in A New Hope, and more the resistance that you see at the end of The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the 12 people lurking in the one room.
The entire resistance fits in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very disheartening to us as players. The state of
The organization
we're supposed to be making leaps and bounds with.
I think some of that also comes from Angel's Guard. So with Angel's Guard, for a good portion of it, not all of it, but some of it, we had the throne behind us, the power of the throne. We had a powerful secret organization, and now the secret organization of, we are the power. We're becoming the power in the secret organization. At this point.
I mean, even if you take it all the way back to Terra Proximus.
Yeah,
I mean,
we had
the
station,
the Lunar Alliance, who was
supporting
everything, and it was always, we were working for this huge organization.
Now we're like halfway working against the supreme rulers of the city, while trying to defeat evil anarchists.
Yeah, and I still wonder if we are the good guys. I mean,
we kind of halfway aren't.
How many children have we now killed?
Who are you asking? That's a question.
Asking the players.
I'd say that we may not be the good guys, but we're definitely not the bad guys.
Definitely turning into vigilantes here.
Knowing where the story goes, like in what era we're playing.
True. Because of the timeline that we chose.
We are the goodest we can be.
I don't know, because it gets muddled with what happens next.
So, okay, yes.
So,
well, it's funny, when we first started tonight, like, somebody made a comment, and first thing that popped in my head was the A-Team. It's like, if you need help, and if you can find them, you need the A-Team.
We are not the A-Team.
No, we're not. But it was some
C
comment
team?
somebody said, and that's
We're
what
like
reminded me of was the A-Team.
D- team.
And but the vigilante thing, trying to help the people that need help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We aren't quite failing, but we're not quite passing either.
I want to run. I'm wondering if there's a setup or a way to do like a Mystery Men.
Mystery Men would be
there's a
fun.
fiasco.
Okay.
Heroes of Pinnacle City.
Which
is basically Mystery Men.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. We played it. It was very good.
Carlin was a guy whose superpower was he could get people drunk by touching them.
No, by rock, paper, scissors.
By rock, paper, scissors.
If he won, they were drunk.
You're hammered, bro.
And if he lost, he was drunk.
If I remember correctly, I did not have superpowers, but I thought I could turn into animals.
Well, it turned out that you were a clone.
Carlin's clone.
You were a clone of Carlin.
Yeah.
a failed clone of Carlin that thought he could turn into animals.
That's awesome.
It was a pretty ridiculous session.
All right, best role play.
Best role playing for tonight.
So Jerry got the best advancement.
Yep.
Best role play.
Like I said, that moment with Sam, that was a good
Yeah, that was
role-playing
the one
moment.
with Sam.
Also, I
And
kind of
also,
like
with at the end there with Abel.
kill the bastard, kill the bastard.
That was shade.
That was Shade. That wasn't Sam.
Yeah,
Shade.
but you were controlling Shade at that point,
Yes.
and we're not talking about role playing of a specific character. Yeah.
Yes, player role playing.
I would have to go with Julian because he did like all the stereotypical
Detective things.
detective things.
Yeah.
And then he did the whole bluff
The
bluff
guards.
the first he did the
Bagels
meat
and coffee.
counter guy.
The butcher guy.
The butcher.
Well,
Yeah.
he was sort of bluffing and like
He
talking
was-
up
but so-
everybody.
And that's the thing. The butcher, if he knew what was downstairs, and you came in and you said, which you, not knowing what was downstairs, would naturally come in and say, "Hi, I am an investigator. I need to go downstairs." Because that's the way your character has approached things.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the butcher's going to be like, "Oh,
Red flag.
Yeah.
We're in
I can't let him go
trouble."
down there. He's working for the council.
Well, he bluffed saying that he was going to bring the council down on him,
Now, see,
and then he
remember-
waited outside for us to come out.
Remember I said it was halfway bluffing?
Right.
There was a moment that Julian was actually considering getting some council officials
I
to come down.
thought you probably were thinking
Yeah.
that.
He was actually considering it.
And given the circumstances, again, Julian would have done that. Not really
Yeah.
concerned about consequences of who else might be down there and all that stuff. It'd be just, all right, well, I need the people who are down there to move on to the next piece of this puzzle.
It wasn't the consequences; it was the results.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
that's the sort of the hint at to where Julian is gone as a character.
Yeah.
The means don't mean anything to him. It's the result.
Yeah.
Oh, Julian as well.
For Julian.
I tend to vote Sam.
I would vote Sam. So looks like we got a tie.
So we got a tie. I don't do this very much. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Sam because I feel like you do get a lot of role playing points. He's very good at it.
This campaign you have been.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't feel like I get a lot of role playing points, honestly.
So I'll go ahead and give it to Sam.
Okay.
'Cause I do like the developments of your character, and I think that you responded well to a lot of the situations that you were in. And you also took a very proactive role with the character tonight, going to find the telephone and to make the phone call.
That was funny.
Yeah.
With that scene, I almost expected you, as your con, to the person behind the desk, to say, it's like, oh, I need to just call home tomorrow morning.
The conversation, though, I didn't want to have in front of the...
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, true.
Unless I could have had it in another conversation, another language, but I don't know any other languages.
I
Do
do.
you- Oh, yeah, that's true. There is language.
Yeah, I have 2D.
If you have a
and-
high enough skill in it, then
Me too.
I've got 40.
We're lucky.
40.
Wow!
All right, best snack. So we had strawberry cheesecake, like a
pudding stuff.
pudding
Yeah.
Very good.
skewers that were
Very
pineapple, cherry, and venison.
Yep, venison bologna.
Yeah, sweet venison bologna.
We had whoopie pie cookies, kind of whoopie pies.
Yeah, kinda.
It was chocolate chip cookies with
like
like Cool Whip frosting in between it.
Yeah, but not like a has to stay cold Cool Whip, like a
Yeah,
warm...
Halfway Cool Whip, halfway marshmallow, kind of.
Yeah, it was weird,
Yeah.
but it wasn't very marshmallowy.
and it wasn't super sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which was nice.
Yeah, it
Because
was
the
nice.
cookies were sweet.
Yeah, it was weird.
The cream was weird, but they were good.
and then we also had
And then we had
Pigs
the
and blanket
pigs
with
and
the beer
blankets with
cheese
a beer
dip.
cheese dip.
And
Green chili shorties.
yeah.
I brought both the cookies and the shorties.
We also had barbecue crickets.
We did have barbecue crates.
barbecue
We
No.
did not have barbecue.
Okay,
No.
Those of us.
60% of the group had.
It wasn't weird until I started jumping around inside of your mouth.
So I went to an
Gross.
organic market a couple weeks ago before I went on a church retreat, and I got a small bag of these, just a quarter of an ounce, and I fed them to the children at the retreat.
Feeding kids
Did you tell them what they were?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, here, AJ, you want some bugs? No. Andre, you want some bugs?
Of course, Andre.
Yes, Andre wanted bugs.
You take those and you coat them with a little bit of Pop Rocks.
Those were honey mustard flavored.
That would be hilarious. So it actually feels like it's.
But then I got one of the daintiest little girls in the church, Kaylee, to actually eat one of them. That was hilarious.
I bet.
So it was a good time. We actually got Kaylee eating that on video. So
That's great.
nice. So I brought the bugs because they're a good source of protein.
Are they really?
Yeah, they are a very good source of protein.
Yeah.
They're nothing but protein.
So there are one
of
package.
bile.
Well, there's only 1 gram of protein in the package,
But because they're so...
but they're so small.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one package is an entire serving. So
So I mean, could you people will take a take chicharrones, pork rinds,
yeah,
and they crush them up and
they use it for
breading.
breading for.
So
fried
could you do
chicken.
the same thing
Yes,
with the
you could.
crickets?
Absolutely.
bread your chicken and crickets.
Actually, there's places that do that.
So anyway, we had some
Best
people who like the
snack.
crickets. Yeah, best snack. What was the best snack?
I really enjoyed the green chili shorties.
I was
Honestly,
afraid to try them
they're really good.
because I've been having some problems with spices.
My vote is for the strawberry. That would have been better if it had some banana mixed in with it. But
And chocolate drizzle.
Jeremy doesn't like banana at all, so...
And chocolate drizzle. I like this. I don't know.
It was just missing those two things.
I do have to say that the pigs in blanket were nice for dinner.
The beer cheese to go with those was
Was good
awesome.
too. Yeah, the venison was good for
A nice snack.
snacking on too. I had 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah, they also had a very light honey whiskey glaze on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the strawberry thing.
Strawberry?
Yeah, strawberry cheesecake.
Yeah, strawberry cheesecake thing.
Boom!
You guys have been agreeing on it. What did you say?
Strawberry.
Strawberry. Okay.
Man, landslide.
There you go.
That's the first food I've won in a long time.
Yeah.
You want we brought the strawberry cake to Jordan's house.
The soda cake.
Soda cake.
Did that win? I don't think that won. I
Yeah.
thought something else won.
Yeah, that one won that.
No.
The pot stickers.
Johnny won because it was the pot stickers.
That's right.
See, I told you.
Hands down
See,
was
I
the
told
pot
you.
stickers.
It was the pot stickers.
Pot stickers are amazing.
So good.
And also, since this is the last episode of the season, I should say, I want to thank you guys for the side shots because I thought that those added so much to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
it was
I
a
love
lot
how
of fun.
each of them have been different, had a different feel to them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I like how it introduces another little piece of the world that you're not seeing through our lens, but through the other our lenses.
Nothing seen through our character lenses.
Yes.
But through
You're seeing-
random character
You're seeing that
lenses.
there are other stories that could be told in this world.
Yeah.
The other us's.
Other really good stories that could be told.
And creepy stories.
Yeah.
I think it just highlights how pervasive the council actually is in the
Yes.
entire society. And I think we mentioned that before, but just in general, I think going through those has really kind of made you realize just how under the thumb everybody is living.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Or trying to escape from.
or trying to escape from. Yeah. All right, guys, it is late o'clock, and
And some.
some of us have things to do in the morning.
Right.
Good night. Thank you for listening to Bone Throwers Theater. Our cast is Aaron, Jeff, Jeremy, Johnny, and Jordan. We are releasing this podcast under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 3.0 Unported license. That means that you can share the podcast, but please do not modify it or try to gain financially from it. If you would like to visit our website, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater.com. If you would like to send us an email, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater@gmail.com. Our Twitter handle is @bonethrowerstheater, and also you can look us up on Facebook. And until next time, may the bones fall ever in your favor. This has been a Nerd Circle podcast production.